Oh my goodness, guys. I'm late. I'm 1 minute late. And I apologize to you. Because I know you log in at 9. Hoping that I'm going to come on here and be on time. And then I come in here late talking all weird like this. And it makes you seem all strange. Oh my goodness, what am I doing? It is way too early in the morning to be using that voice. Excuse me. Ugh. Hello. How are we doing? Fernando, Jester, Scar, OTF, Cowabunga, Mike, Kate. Hello, Mike, Kate, a new follower. Thank you for your follow. Got the notification yesterday that you followed me. Mike, are you a transfer over from YouTube? And if so, who are you? Unless you're completely new, in which case, welcome to the stream. It's weird and hopefully entertaining. You can ask some of the other fellas what they think. Or girls. They're not all fellas. But, yeah. Woo! Strange. Early in the morning. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Wow. Alrighty. Scar. Yes, Scar. Also new, yes? Welcome. 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 Welcome, everybody. It is 9 a.m. here in New York, and that means it's time for the morning build. And today, a very, very brief discussion, actually. Yesterday, we all got a gift of 2,700 gems and 3,000 master currency. Why did we get these, and how do we feel about them? Well, let's take the last one first. The 3,000 master currency was part of this promised reward that they said that they would give out because they have updated the master currency conversion rate and the cost of some of the figures in the master store. Now, it used to be that for every 1 extra character tile you got, it would convert into 5 master currency, but now they've upgraded that to 10. So 1 tile will convert to 10 master currency, which is obviously an excellent change for those of us who wanted to farm the master store more. However, it did bring up this question of, well, what are you going to do for the people who've already spent thousands of master currency at this exchange rate of 5-to-1? When now the exchange rate is 10-to-1. And it seems to me that it was probably a little bit too much extra work for them to look through and figure out exactly how much master currency each person had spent and just refund them that amount, since the value doubled the total amount that you have spent. If they had just given it back to you, would have been accurate. But instead, they just gave a flat 3,000 master currency to everybody. Now, my assumption is that for about 95% or more of the base of the player base of the game, that this represents more currency than they have spent in the master store. So for the vast majority of people, and again, I'm assuming this, but for the vast majority of people, 3,000 master currency would be a very, very large gift. Myself included. 3,000 master currency is definitely more than I have spent in that store to date, so for me, that was a huge boon. However, there are other content creators who have spent more than that, some of them significantly more than that. A couple of them are upset about it, a couple of them, honestly, don't really care all that much. It seems to me so far that the master currency payout has largely just been considered a win, and everybody is happy to receive it. That brings us to the next point about the 2,700 gems gift that everybody got. There was a bug that gave some people 2,700 gems for completing nodes on the first board of the Imperial event. Why was this bug in place? Nobody knows. It's super weird and a super, super giant bug. However, Gameloft didn't want to go out to those people and just remove those 2,700 gems, especially because a lot of those people have already spent some of those gems. So if you received 2,700 gems, then went and spent them and only had like 50 gems left, well, they can't really remove 2,700 gems from you anymore, can they? No. So in an effort to be fair, they just sent everyone in the game 2,700 gems just to make it all even. Whoo! That's huge, guys. And now you all have gems for days. That is 3 million coins worth of gems if you want to have it all converted into coinage. If you want extra energy refreshes, you've got them out the wazoo. If you're looking to spend in extra events, you've got it ready to go. You want more arena battles, you can afford to get them now. So my big question to you is, how are you going to spend those 2,700 gems? That's what I want to know as I launch into it today. Let's get all the extra energy, start completing our daily quests, go into some Brickspedition, and have a little fun. Jester Gogo asks, wasn't there a third gift for the confusion about the event about Chapter 3? My assumption is no. I haven't heard anything about that. If you have heard something about that, please let me know, because it means that you have more information than I do. Mike, yes, from YouTube, from the UK, watch your streams, but YouTube doesn't work for us. Really? YouTube doesn't work for you in the UK? Interesting. What is hashtag chat? Oh, the YouTube chat doesn't work for you. Got it. Yes, Mike, I am multi-streaming, multi-streaming now, giving it a try, gonna see how it works out for me here for a while. Every once in a while, it'll consolidate my Twitch and my YouTube streams into one multi-stream, which is really, really convenient for me, and sometimes it doesn't. So today is a doesn't day, and I'm gonna have to constantly be switching back and forth between the streams to make sure that I am, paying attention to everybody. And Fernando says, I got scared from the 2,700 gems. I thought someone had logged into my account and hacked it. No, it was just because of it wasn't actually because of a bug, I don't think. Because usually if something is actually a bug, that implies that there's something wrong with the code. I think in this case, somebody just added the wrong... I think in this case, it was probably human error, that somebody probably attached the wrong rewards to this Brick Pace event for anybody who was doing the Brick Pace event for the first time. So, because anybody who had already completed the Brick Pace event or completed nodes in the Brick Pace event did not get those gems. So I don't think it was technically a bug. I think it was actually human error that led to it. Okay, I've done my Piptown for the day. I need to get my glyph hunty hunts. So, I've got all of my pizzas. I need 15 more fancy binocs. So let's grab our first 50 gems here. Actually, no, we're gonna get all of our gems. There, great. We'll get all of our gems for the monolith waste real quick. So we've got all of those that we normally get. We've got all of these that we normally get. Now, I'm gonna come in here and get these skateboards, which I know are Piptown skateboards. I need 16 of these in total. Let's see how many we get. 6 attempts per day, unless I pay for the refreshes, which I can certainly afford to do now. At 25 gems a pop, I've got 2,700 extra gems. I'm appreciative. 2 more skateboards today. I will take it. And then I know I'm gonna get 100 more energy once I open bags. So that is what I'm going to use to go in and clear out those glyph hunt missions. Let's go ahead and grab all the rest of our spacemen nodes here. What are my expectations for SpongeBob? Brian, have we confirmed that SpongeBob is the IP coming? I thought that that was still up in the air and that people were still guessing. But if I missed that announcement as well, please let me know. I asked Little Wooden Boy. He confirmed that raids will not be in 2020. Are you serious? That's terrible news! Oh no! Wow, I'm absolutely floored, actually. I thought for sure that they would have them out by the Christmas holiday. I think that's a big mistake, going all the way to 2021 without raids. What, they just not going to release new content until then? And new IP doesn't count as new content, guys. That is a weak sauce move if that's actually the way that their development pipeline continues to work. Whew. Mike, you spent your gems by accident on 5 bags? No, dude. How did you spend them by accident on 5 bags? That's pretty extreme. 5 what? 5 premium bags, I guess? Right? Oh my goodness, man. Well, the good news is that that's not entirely a waste, right? Because you do get tiles and a fair amount of money, I suppose. What tiles did you get? Anything good? I hope so. Okay. 274 out of 75. Reminder, we're getting up to 325 of the Spaceman Reed tiles, and then we will have enough. We can stop farming him and actually start using him for, I guess, more master currency. Now, for those of you who are just joining me and might be a little confused, I am using all of my monolith energy here to get first all of the space characters so that I can make sure to have them for the ghost event. Then I am going in and just clearing out all the rest of all of the characters that I have yet to get to 7 stars, starting with the cheapest ones and working my way up to the most expensive boards. And I'm doing that because I want to increase the rate at which I generate master currency, because brick set building materials are expensive and kind of hard to get, right? You all know this, you play the game. And I want to increase my ability to get those in addition to increasing my ability to get those sweet, sweet Willa tiles. Okay. I am going to just speed things along since I've already completed this tier 7 node. I may come in here on another day and continue to try to gold it, but I don't need to gold it right now. This second to last node here is enough for me to get what I really want to be getting. Now, let me see, has my team further upgraded enough? Okay, so here's an interesting one. If I put Zane in here, I've got all these extra tanks, and 3 of them can heal themselves, plus the hikers heal. Let's give this a shot and see if these guys can stay alive long enough for this actually to make it worth it. Jester spent 1,600 on 5 bags. Okay, not so bad. What do you think about the governor and non-such? Who should I farm? Jester, I think you should farm neither of them because I don't think that either of them is particularly good. Wow, Cosmic, you spent your gems on 3 premium bags and 2 pirate bags. That's dedication to the spending, really, right there. 30 Bart and Argenta. Did you actually need 30 Bart and 30 Argenta tiles, or were you just using it for extra master currency? XP scrolls and gold. Fernando, spending the gems on gold is a move I can support, especially if you find yourself short on gold from time to time. Oh, look at this. Oh gosh, damage block 2 on Aurora off the bat. Nah, we're gonna give this one another shot. One of the big tricks to this one is just being able to take down Aurora, so the fact that she has damage block on her is going to be a huge pain in Marumpus. So I'm gonna do this again until Kelvin just randomly targets somebody who's not Explorer Aurora. Collected the wrong node thingy instead of one. I got 5 by accident and got nothing good. I'm sorry to hear that, Mikey Mike. Sorry to hear it. You didn't need the 30 Bart, you wanted Valiant. Yeah, dude, you can't actually spend coins. I mean, you can't actually spend gems on any of those packs and hope to get what you want. That is not how those packs work. Those packs give you whatever they're gonna give you. They don't care what you want. Oh man, look at this. Smashing down my Salisbury right from the beginning. Salisbury says, no, I will heal myself for 15,000 health. It's kind of extreme, but there it is. And Valiant taking a pot shot right from the beginning. Oof. Man, they are really hammering it down, right? Now, do I want to stealth everybody and then have them focus fire Lloyd? I don't think so, but I do want to give everybody that attack up. Yes. Oh no. Now it looks like I'm going to need to taunt. Who to taunt with? Oh, Valiant! Woo! Valiant getting in there with a nice dodge. I think I am going to go ahead and put this taunt on Sal. Excellent. We are not going to taunt with anybody else quite yet. Sal, I'm going to let him take a turn or two. The advantage here being that when Lloyd puts everybody into stealth, if he needs to, I can remove the taunt from Salisbury just like that. Great. So now we got to keep going around with the damage to see if we can get Explore Aurora down. The big question is, does this team have enough damage on it to actually get Explore Aurora down without her consistent, ever consistent heals? That's what we have to worry about here. And now also people in and out of stealth. My Barnabas has no way to heal himself, so I just need to get everybody out of stealth fast enough. Okay, so that Lloyd isn't in there by himself, because like one good hit on Lloyd and he's gonzo. Ooh, look at all that missing, all that dodging, getting lucky. That's what that is. More dodging. Oh no, Explore Aurora. I need you to go down. You're so close. So close. Okay, Explore Aurora is down. Now, can I keep everybody else alive long enough to get the rest of the damage done here? That's the real question. Let's throw out the heal. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to gold star this, but I'm not concerned with gold starring it right now. I just want to see if I can finish it at all. Because if so, then I can get a few more Majesty tiles. Majesty Gisters. Oh yes, look at the counters on all of my castle tanks. I like it. That 10,000 point crit is killer, my dudes. Just killer. Lowering the damage even more coming out from this team. Damage reduction plus the removal of my enemies. Oh, I mean of my players. I don't know if we can do it. Man, this Highwayman single-handedly just wrecking the team. Even without anyone else on the team, the Highwayman by himself says, "No, sir, no. I don't want you to have any fun today. You're gone. Bye-bye. Good night, Maddie. Good night, Maddie. I'm going to shoot you in the face with my Highwayman." Ugh. Not great. That's what that is. Not great. And that's going to be a loss for Tier 7 of the Tanks and Healers event. So we're going to come in here and do it this regular way. It's entirely possible that I could replace Barnabas with Aurora, maybe. I don't know. And do it that way. But I think I'm leveling up Lloyd anyway. I'm just going to continue to wait until he's a little bit stronger. Meanwhile, as much of a pain as it is to have to farm 41 of these binoculars, it isn't actually that hard, especially when you are getting all of the gem refreshes and daily refreshes that give you all the extra energy. It's just kind of a long farm, but meh, it's not a super hard one, so I'll handle it. I can get those 41 binoculars like every 3 days or so, so I'm not super worried. So there. You need Aurora and Ice Glider for this node. Yes. And I do not have... I have Aurora, but I don't have the Ice Glider leveled up, actually. Just right now, you got 15 Governor tiles and have non-such and Governor close. Might get them both because you also have the booster pass. I wish you the best of luck, dude. But once again, I don't know if you'll be able to get them both. Just don't be disappointed if you don't get them both. Because you've been here on the stream where I told you you probably won't. So, there you go. But if you want to strive for it, spend all of your extra gems for some extra energy refreshes. You could do it if you spend enough extra gems on all the extra energy refreshes. But if you are only spending like 1 energy refresh per day, it's gonna be tight, Jester. It's gonna be tight. Matt, you need to sing every episode. Cosmic, I feel like I pretty much do, don't I? And honestly, a lot of the times I start singing without actually realizing that I'm doing it, if I'm being completely honest. Okay, 23 tier 3 set tools. Whew! We've done all of the bag purchasing. I need to do some SETI set sets in here. Let's get more of these skateboardy boards. Now I want to come in and actually do another double check on my Ice Station Odyssey. Remind myself what I need from there. Okay, so these guys are all level 3. Right, and these I don't get until I get to 5 stars. So I'm actually going to be waiting until I get to 5 stars to actually spend any more of the currency, which means even if I get to 30 tier 3 set building tools, I'm not going to upgrade Brain Freeze quite yet, because I want to upgrade this one and this one first. I think this one first, all the way to 5, and then this one all the way to 5. I mean, this one is great, right? Increases their speed by 20%. That's the biggest one. Upgrade their skill by 20%, like, alright. But none of us really know how skill and grit work anyway, so meh. Cowabunga spent some on Explorer bags to try to get the last 3 Gorwell tiles to unlock her. Ooh, that's rough, dude. I didn't know you were so close. And Mike says, both you and your girlfriend play. Right, cool, very nice. And yes, Mike, the dodge is like 1,000 needles to the eyes. It's a terrible, terrible mechanic. One day they'll remove it. No, they won't. They will never remove it because it's baked into the game and it would be too much work for them at this point. Despite the fact that they should. They should! Scar is failing to do the eyes. Alright. We're in this arena. Who are we taking down first? Obviously, it's going to be Jester Gogo because he gets the taunt put on him. Now, I can also actually remove the taunt from him. That might not be a bad idea, actually. I'm going to remove the taunt from him and instead start by focusing first on Master Burnibus. We'll lower him down, give him a little give him a little dizzy diz so that he cannot counter. Aha! But now, Jester Gogo gets his taunt up instead. Boo earns. Did not actually know that that was going to happen since he doesn't usually, but they changed, I believe, they actually changed Jester Gogo's AI so that he actually now taunts more often instead of it being tied just to the heal that he has. So he can taunt on his first turn instead of doing his damage dealing ability on his first turn, which can actually be a bummer, as you guys just saw, but I don't think it's going to matter enough for it to matter. Now we're going to come in here and we are going to, I think I'm actually going to snatch on Wu since he's nice and low. Why not? Get an assist. Boom! Down he goes. And now, can I get Magisto? Ah, no, because they're going to move the taunt over to King Brutus, who also had Dodgy, which means that I couldn't use my Walk the Plank ultimate. Now Magisto gets to use his ultimate instead. It's not really going to matter all that much, though, as this team is basically sunk already. I still don't really need to use the heal, to be completely honest. Right? Yeah. And now all we have left is... Wait, what was that? Ugh. Right, Magisto's tower with the stacks of enchantment because they fixed it. Alright, now it's all gone. Magisto's tower, an incredible set, but you do need an extra magical hero or two besides just Magisto to give everybody those stacks of enchantment so that they survive forever. Wu's AI is the worst because he doesn't stealth out of the gate. Yes, that was actually one of the major bonuses of Master Wu, was that he would stealth out of the gate. Now, to be fair, changing it on defense, not necessarily that big of a deal because we don't actively play the defense of the game. But Scar, I understand exactly what it is you're talking about. Castle needs a rework. Castle needs a rework much less than many of the other teams do. For example, City needs to get a rework way before Castle does. Castle is still a very viable team in many areas of the game. City, on the other hand, not so much, right? And people go, well, if you have Explore Aurora, then it works. Yeah, I guess, but that means that Explore Aurora is fine, but you just need a rework for the entire rest of the City team, right? Because you can put Explore Aurora and the Ice Glider together on just about any team in the entire game, and it functions exactly the same. But it's actually, I think, the City characters, possibly the Imperials, and the collectibles that actually need the biggest rework, right? Highwayman, an excellent character on many, many teams, but he's basically the only one. Chicken Suit Guy, one of the guys that you start off with. Cactus Girl, the Hot Dog Man, none of them. None of them have any showing anywhere. Look at this, 7 Binocs. I only need 6 more Binocs in order to get all the Binocs that I need to create the fancy Binocs. The Grand Binocs. So that I can then get the Grand Life Jack. Okay. We're gonna be way behind on these skateboards then. That means that we may actually start filling out Lloyd's gear while we continue to farm the rest of these skateboards for our zany Zane. Woo! Alright. I think that should be all the quests except for the second arena battle. Yes? Yes. So let's go ahead and get into the Brixpedish, guys. Let's get to the Brixpedish. Mike, am I considering building the magical team? Yes, guys, I am considering it. That magical team, just to remind you, the one that I'm thinking about is Basil, Willa, Wu, Magisto, Vankman. Lots of healing on that team, lots of damage on that team, lots of magical tags on that team to pass around all of those stacks of enchantment. On Magisto's tower, of course. It seems like an incredible team, and obviously if I had had more foresight, I probably would have focused that instead of focusing this chill ninja, this ninja chill team hybrid that I'm going for right now. Plus the Yeti comes out, plus these 2,700 extra gems. I'm going to be paying for energy refreshes for the Ghostbusters and the Yeti event when that comes up. In case you were curious what I was saving my 2,700 gems for. Let's see. We did the Peg Legs Treasure event. Great! And now we get to J Thunder's Brixpedish. What do we have today? Another fire station node. Cool. I think I actually have enough fire station tiles. Yeah, I do, to upgrade to 5 stars. Great. We're gonna get another Ice Station Odyssey. Oh my god, look at this. Look at this, guys. I need 19 more. And then more Fire Station at the end of the board. When I was farming Fire Station Hardcore, I wasn't finding the Fire Station tiles nearly as much as I am finding them now. I don't know if that's just because I'm looking for it now. I mean, I wasn't looking for it before, or because I'm not looking for it now, and I was looking for it before. You know what I mean? How everything seems to show up when you're not looking for it. What's up, Extreme? Welcome to the stream. The skateboards are tough for my man Zane. Getting 16 of them. Whew, that is rough. Roughy, rough. Like a dog says. Ask little Fido, what's it like, little Fido, to try and farm those skateboards? And he will look up at you with his big doggy eyes and he will say, rough. How's that for a terrible dad pun of the day? I'm not even a dad yet. I'm just practicing for the day I become a dad. And then it becomes one of my requirements as a person to make terrible, terrible puns as often as I possibly can. And also, apparently, to change my speech patterns so that they reflect more of the speech patterns of the guy from Cash Cab, whose name I unfortunately can't remember right now. which is a shame because I'm a big stand-up comedian fan, and I've watched his stand-up comedy. He's very, very funny, and he talks kind of like this. It's almost Christopher Walken-Est. Christopher Walken-ish. Est-ish? God, I'm losing my mind. This is why you guys stream in, right? You follow my streams so that you can watch the continual de-evolution of a man playing LEGO Legacy Heroes Unboxed. Mike, any word on the energy event? Most people are thinking it's just a new version of it. Well, actually, okay. There are two thoughts on the energy event thing. One is that it's just a typo, and they put energy event when they actually meant brick pace event. There's another thought that a brick pace event, but only with a single board for one character, is actually going to be called something different, and they might be calling it an energy event instead. Right? So the Ghostbusters brick pace event, by comparison, has several different boards and several different characters, and there's one node to farm at the end of the event for whatever that character is that you're trying to get. And then there are nodes, then there are things like the DigiJ event or the Yeti event that only have one character available on them, and they have multiple nodes on which to farm them. Basil's brick pace event is another good one. So there are two thoughts here. One is that it's just a typo and they meant a brick pace event. Two is that it is actually a new type of event, which is actually an event we've already had. But in order to distinguish between if it's a one character event or a multi-character, multi-board event, they call one of them a brick pace and one of them an energy event. Both of those are speculation as far as I'm concerned. Llama! What's up, girl? How you doing? Great dad joke. Thanks, Scar. Appreciate you. All right, going into this next node, what are we doing here? Wu, it's a bait. He's pretty bad in defense. I don't know. I think Wu works pretty well on defense, Brian. It depends on the rest of the team that you have him around. Because he can... really, actually, it's because he's very, very fast. And so he goes first or second, depending on whether or not there's like an enemy Magisto, right, on the opposing team. But his ultimate ability comes up pretty quickly. So your ability to make other characters vulnerable, right, while also disarming them, that's a pretty big deal. And mostly on defense, I think that this game... I think that when you are on defense in this game, right, it's hard to actually strategize because you can't actually play the defense, unfortunately. So instead, what you're trying to do is basically frustrate your attacker enough that they would choose to attack somebody else instead of you because someone else just poses an easier team to beat. If that makes sense. Now, obviously, if you're going for the #1 spot in the arena, it doesn't really matter. You're just going to be attacking whoever gets you the closest to #1. But if you're not going for #1 in the arena, then what do? You click that refresh button enough until you find the team that looks like it's going to be the least obnoxious. Sometimes you look for the team where you have the highest chance of winning, but you get to a point in most of these where you go, all right, well, I already know I'm going to win whatever this next battle is. I just want to fight against a team that's the least obnoxious. And fighting against Wu is very obnoxious. So I think the advantage to putting him on your defense is that people will avoid you just because they don't want to have to deal with it. Now, let's see. I can get Ash. I don't need the extra fire station tile. And I can't convert that into master currency. So I think I'll go for Firefighter Ash, because at least that I can convert to master currency, right? Right. How very weird. I never thought I'd be doing this. Okay, now we're on... Oh, it's all explores. So we'll put in our man Hiker here and get it gone. Extreme, what was the 27 gems for? The 2700 gems was because there was an error with the Imperial Brick Pace event that allowed certain people who were playing it for the first time to get 2700 gems for playing and completing the first board. And because they didn't want to take those gems away from people, even though it was a mistake to give them to people in the first place, they instead gave everyone else 2700 gems as compensation, so that everything was at the very least fair across the board. That's what the 2700 gems were from. It was a human error in the Meme-perial event. Exactly, Fernando. Llama, the lurk game is strong this morning. Work is crazy. I'm trying, my dude. Trying to keep killing it. Do I think we will get an advent calendar with daily rewards for the holidays? That's actually an interesting idea. Like if they did a sort of advent calendar. Now, to be fair, advent calendars are I'm trying to find like the nice way to say this. Advent calendars are 100% religious, right? In the same way that, so for example, Jews, Muslims, they don't have an advent calendar. That's not a thing. So you can celebrate the winter holidays if you are creating a family-friendly game without celebrating a particular holiday. But an advent calendar is a particular religion's calendar. So could they create a sort of advent calendar? Yes, they could. They would have to definitely call it something different. And in this case, we already also have the daily rewards for like the daily login rewards, which would actually function just like an advent calendar does anyway. So I don't think they would put an advent calendar in the game because of its representation of one specific religion. Much like I don't think they would introduce specifically Santa Claus or something like that into the game over the holidays. Again, because they know that the holiday time is a holiday time for pretty much everyone, and they are trying very, very hard to be very inclusive with the game and not single out anyone as being the particular group that we want to celebrate. I don't think any of that was offensive, what I just said, but that's my thought on it. Let me know if I got that wrong. I am not Christian, so if I'm wrong about the Advent calendar thing, let me know. But I'm pretty sure that the Advent calendar is like a specific religion, so I don't think they would include one in the game. Advent calendars are big for LEGO in general, so the chance is actually fairly good. Really? Where does LEGO use Advent calendars elsewhere? Maybe I'm talking straight out of my butt on that one. I didn't know that they use advent calendars anywhere else. Okay. Now, once again, we know that the taunt is going to the Jester Gogs. But this time I'm going first, which means we will start by clobbering the Jester Gogity Go Go Go. Go, 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 Jester, you know what they say. Go, 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 Jester, you'll make it someday. La, 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 Jester, you're doing fine. You and your taunts get you killed first in line. Hey, hey! Sondheim, if you're out there listening. Wait, Joseph? Joseph's not Sondheim. Is Joseph? No. It's Andrew Lloyd Webber. Andrew Lloyd Webber, if you're out there watching the show, hashtag sorry, not sorry for stealing your tune. Speaking of religious stuff, how's about that? Matt, do you do anything with actual Lego, like collect a theme, find Lego at thrift stores, or any of that kind of stuff? The honest answer to that question is not anymore. I have lots of Legos from when I was a kid, but I actually haven't played with them in a while because they are all at my childhood home, and I don't actually have that many Legos here at my apartment in New York. That said, I do have Legos here, and people do still get them for me as gifts. And they are gifts that I cherish because they make me feel like a productive child once again. So I've got some Lego racers. I've got a couple of the Star Wars sets. I've got the big size X-wing set, and I've got some of the smaller ones that are only like this big of an AT-AT, and there's like a Yoda village that I've got, and several other ones that are not specifically themed to like Aquanauts or any of that kind of stuff. I have all the Aquanauts and a lot of the Blacktron sets from when I was a kid, but again, they're all in my childhood home in Houston. Lego has multiple real advent calendar sets that are like Star Wars themed and stuff. Huh. They release them every year for the holidays in multiple themes, the biggest two this year being Star Wars and Harry Potter. Interesting. I didn't know that they did an advent calendar thing. In that case, yeah, actually. If they do it like in their real regular life, then there's a good chance that they might actually have an advent calendar system towards the holidays. My guess, though, is that for the month of December, they might just do, if they were going to do something like that, they would probably just do something special with the monthly login, since it's already set up, right? Because in advent calendars, each day you get something different, right? So I think that they would just use like the daily login and just make it somehow more special for the month of December or something like that. That would be my guess. What's up, GKM? How's it going, bro? The advent calendar has become more commercial than religious. Same for Christmas. I mean, Cowabunga, I don't disagree with you there. That, I mean, Christmas in general has become a predominantly commercial institution. That is very, very true. People are obviously still careful about it, and for good reason, you know? People get very, very bent out of shape about religion in a way that they don't necessarily get bent out of shape about a lot of other stuff. Religion and politics, right? Like, those are the two things that you are really not supposed to talk about on Thanksgiving. So, woof. If you are American, this Thanksgiving is going to be fun. And by fun, I mean it's going to be terrible. Unless you live in a family where everyone feels exactly the same way about politics, in which case everybody can complain in exactly the same way. But if you're like me, and you're from a family of differing political ideologies, it's definitely one of those subjects that you try your best to avoid, and usually fail to avoid. Woof. Let's keep it Lego-oriented, right? Will we ever get a Santa Master Event figure? I don't know if they'll release a Santa Master Event figure. Is there a Santa minifigure in the game? I'm gonna come in here and do another arena battle real fast, actually, while I'm chit-chatting. Wait, didn't I just beat this team? Or is this another version of the same team? I think it's just another version of the same team. Unless this person came right back in and just socked me right back. Interesting. Are there really that many Santa figures in Lego? There weren't when I was growing up, right? Lego didn't really release Christmas sets like it must nowadays, I guess. So I am, admittedly, it seems, a little behind on my Santa Claus Lego nomenclature, as it were. Okay, now I want to try to avoid the problem I had last time, which was with Jester Gogo's taunt. So I'm going to remove Turn Meter from him and then start hammering down on Burnibus, who I should have hit with the cannon, but I didn't. That was a mistake. Do I cleanse or do I just get rid of it this way? I guess I just get rid of it this way. That's fine. Saw that one coming. Okay, so now we need to get their Burnibus down. Alright, they cleansed him of all of his buffs. Actually, that's not that big of a deal. Burnibus, come on, bro. I need to get you out of the game, Burnibus. Gonna go ahead and stun you like this. Burn abyss. Burn abyss. Stun you, sir. Oh no, you've gone into stealth and now I can't hit you. But luckily you had some time bombs on you, so now you're gonna explode. Burn abyss. Yeah. Alright, Jester Go-Go finally gets his taunt off, which means we're gonna have to spend more and more and more and more and more and more time trying to kill him. Now, because of all of his stacks of enchantment, I actually need to... Oh yes, there it is. Okay, you put some taunt on Magisto. Brilliant. And Magisto does not... That's fine, I'll take that. Magisto does not have any enchantment on him, which is great. It means that I can floor him when I get to his turn. Oh, goodness gracious, guys. This team is lasting forever. I need to get Jester Go-Go. Magisto's gone. Goodbye, Magisto. Yeah. Oh, all right. Well, I guess now we'll go ahead and take down Wu. Ugh. Oh my goodness, with all of the taunting moving around and around and around and around. It's like, I know you're going to lose. Just lose already. Come on. Come on. There we go. Woo! So many Santa minifigures. They have an Abraham Lincoln figure. I wonder if one day they'll just release all of the presidents, right? And if they could do some like colonials, if they had like George Washington, would he also technically be imperial? Who knows? Who knows? Llama thinks no to Santa Claus. Advent calendar, however, she thinks likely. Didn't realize it would erupt like that. No, Mike, you don't have to apologize. It's totally fine. It's totally fine. And I do my best to not mince my words. That's not what I'm looking for. But be careful about what I say, right? Especially when you start talking about topics that you know might set people off. Especially if that's not the point. If I was running a podcast or a stream where I was consistently talking about religious things, about political things, it'd be very, very different. And then we would encourage this sort of discourse and all that kind of jazz. As it is, we just be as respectful as we possibly can and admit when we actually don't know something for sure because we're not experts on it. Look at this Verta. I only have 5 more Verta tiles to get before I have her at her maximum number of tiles. Man, I am really, really rocking through a lot of these characters getting up to 7 stars. That's going to be a huge one when it comes to farming that master currency, as you all well know, because that's the only way to farm that master currency. The enchantment stacks are a pain in the butt when it adds Hardy. Yes. Cowabunga, it is... the Magisto's Tower, I think this is why the potential of a magical team is so appealing. Because Magisto's Tower, the way it functions, those stacks of enchantment might just never go away. And people have enchantment, and then it gets removed and replaced with Hardy. But then if they get more enchantment again, then the character might be attacked to remove the enchantment, and then remove the Hardy again. Like, it's, I don't know. It runs the risk of really, really, really being game breaking, especially when you consider the raids and once those come out, right? Because if you can actually build a team that, regardless of how strong a raid boss is, can just consistently get themselves to the point where they just cannot be killed, well, you've got a dilemma on your hands, my friend. You've got this whole mechanic now that you can't hardly play. So, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what happens. But if Jester is right in what little Wooden Boy said, and they actually don't come out with raids until next year, one, they're going to lose a lot of people before that happens. That could be a huge problem. And they really, 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 really need to get raids out before the end of this year. That is faux show. And I think everybody agrees. Oh, that was a mistake. I should have done all the healing a little bit differently on that one, but I didn't. But yeah, I don't know if the game community is gonna last until 2021 without raids, if I'm being completely honest. There are so many games out there for people to play. There are also a lot of Lego games out there for people to play. Not very many collector Lego games, right? Like this one is you collect all the different characters. Not so many of those types of games, but Lego games in general, there are lots of games out there that people can choose from. I think waiting until 2021 to get raids out is dangerous. And the fact that they are not putting 100% of their manpower into releasing raids is a mistake. You heard it here first. We'll see what happens. And by here first, I mean you've actually probably heard it like 1,000 times at this point, because I feel like it's the only thing that people actually talk about, that people actually care about, which is why they should already know that they need to be focusing on raids. It doesn't take a genius, but it does take a village to raise a child. Hey! What am I talking about? Whew! Preach, brother, says GKM. I'll be farming Venkman for sure for that magical team. Yes, GKM, as well you should. Extreme! What's up, dude? On Twitch, too. I appreciate you, my man. You know I need those Twitch followers. That's great, dude. Absolutely great. It's confirmed no raids until 2021. Where did they actually announce that? Did he just say it in the did he just say it in community chat? Where's the actual announcement that they made? I'm not trying to say I don't believe you. I just didn't see the announcement. So I just want to know where they announced it in case people ask later and I need to tell them where they can go to find said announcement. I just hope it won't be too broken in PvP. Some of the whales are already playing it in arena and it's apparently really tough to beat even for other top players. I mean, yeah, that is pretty much exactly what we would expect from it. We're talking about the magical team, Cowabunga, I assume. And that is exactly, that's exactly it. That's exactly sort of the fear, right? Is that it's just a team that, the fear is that it becomes like what the castle team was right at the outset, which was, in case, for those of you who are new, there was a brief time when people were still farming up their pirates, so their pirates still didn't do very much damage, right? Because everybody knows the pirates do extreme amounts of damage, as do the ninjas. But there was a brief time when no one had enough damage on their team to compete against any castle teams in the arena. So if you wanted to compete in the arena, you could literally just build a castle team with the Go Busto players on it, and then put like Hiker and King Brutus on the team as well, and then just be indestructible effectively, because there was mechanically not enough damage in the game in order to beat the healing, the automatic passive healing that team did. So there is a fear with another team like this magical team, the way that the stacks of enchantment work, that they might run into the exact same problem again, that mechanically there's just no way to take the team down, which is obviously a big problem and something that they should have honestly already seen to if they didn't already, but I digress. Okay, which team to focus on here? Now this team has an extra taunt but does a lot less damage, so I think I'm going to worry about this one first. Who do we take as our guild ally into this one? I think I'm going to put... Do I deal more damage? Do I get some more tanky heals? I can get another removal. Yeah, I think I'm going to put in the Scarlet actually for the taunt removal. I heard it early in the stream, was asking if it was confirmed. Oh, is it confirmed no raids till 2021? Sorry, I misunderstood, Mike. So Jester commented that he just bothered Little Wooden Boy about it until Little Wooden Boy told him that raids would not be coming out until 2021. That is what I'm referencing from before. I have not seen that confirmation anywhere, which is why I was asking. This is really bad. They're delaying raids until next year. There isn't a whole lot of content in the game. I hope that it is a good delay. Extreme, yes, we are all hoping that it is a fantastic delay. They have a lot of work to make up for. Little Wooden Boy said in community chat that it would most likely not come before the end of the year, says Senor Cowabunga. X Trooper asks, what is the magical team? X, the magical team is Magisto's Tower set with Basil, Willa, Wu, Magisto, and Vankman. Vankman, Magisto, Wu, and Willa all have the magical tag. I don't think Basil has the magical tag. I'll have to go back and check, but I don't think he does. But you put him on there for the synergy with Willa. And then these 4 characters benefit from Magisto's Tower, because Magisto's Tower grants stacks of enchantment anytime a magical character uses a special ability. Anytime. So that means 4/5 of your team is going to be dealing out extra stacks of enchantment basically on every single turn. And the way that Magisto's Tower works, as we all know, is that when you receive a blow that would take you to 0 health, instead you keep all of that health, but you lose the stack of enchantment and you gain Hardy, which means that you prevent yourself from dying, and then you get a buff that further prevents you from dying. And then, in the meantime, if another magical character does a special ability, you would grant a stack of enchantment right back to the character that just lost it, making it possible for you to never ever die. That's the magical team. And it is apparently a big pain. I wonder if Storm is going to have a place on a Magisto's Tower team. Storm? Princess Storm? Why would you put Princess Storm on there instead? Drop the link in the comments so we can check it out. Yes, thank you, GKM. That would be a very big help. And X-Trooper, the team sounds insane. Yeah, right, it does. Because let's not forget that Basil can heal, and Magisto can heal, and Wu can heal, and Vankman does an extreme amount of damage, and so does Magisto. So it's like the team itself has this insane combination of damage dealing abilities that just make it incredibly rough. So who knows what's actually going to happen with it, but there is the potential for it to be nasty. Oh, look at that! We get the Dizzy. We get the Dizzy out right away. Yes, I will take that. The Dizzy right away on Redbeard, that is huge. Now, can we prevent him from getting a cleanse off? No, we cannot. That is a bummer. However, if I can take him down below 50%, yes! Right in time for Scarlet to get her taunt off. This is brilliant. Oh, is he still below 50%? That's going to be... Ooh, we don't know. That one's going to be pretty close. I am going to do some damage, find out. Brilliant. Oh, I think that heal puts him above 50%, which is going to be a major bum. So I'm going to have to spread some of this around because I really don't want... Oh, wait a minute. But maybe I can just take her out now. Yes! All right. Great. That worked out. Now, their Valiant, I would imagine their Valiant is probably about to do his taunt. Yes? No? Well, not if I lock him out of it. That's for sure. And while he's locked out of using his ability, I can come in here and hammer down their Redbeard. Please and thank you. Once Redbeard is out, then I can worry about all the rest of the heals. Boom! Redbeard is downzo. Let's go ahead and try and hit that Wu. Get that follow-up attack. Oh, the follow-up attack does not come. It's not really the end of the world, though. Missing the dodgy. But we will go ahead and remove here. Let's get Wu gone. Wu gone. And now I think I have Salty Seas to clear all of these debuffs from my team. Oh, this one went about as well as this could have possibly gone. Am I right? Yes, we just demolished this enemy team. We got the Dizzy on their Redbeard right from the front, which was so critical to preventing him from doing all the rest of his annoying counter attacks. I say annoying when he is on defense, because when it's against you, it's annoying. When it's something that works to your benefit, it's awesome, isn't it? Whew! GKM. They'd rather give us SpongeBob. Have they confirmed that it's going to be SpongeBob? If so, I missed that one too. I was under the impression that there were lots of people who were thinking it might be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or some of the other water-based or water-themed stuff. But if they actually did announce it was officially going to be SpongeBob, then I missed that announcement. Because she's a castle attacker. Ah, interesting. Yeah, she is a castle attacker. It's entirely possible if you need more damage, but I don't know. I don't know who on that team you would replace with. GKM, I don't know who on that team you would put her in instead of. Right? With Venkman and Willa being kind of whale figures. Oh, right. So if you want to finish out the team because you don't have one of those other characters, then yeah, she could probably get in there. Little Wooden Boy said they usually drop updates later than they announce, so it's pessimistic. That's very true. Did I see the November calendar? Yes, I did. They had actually announced the November calendar for the content creators a few days before they actually put it live. I've gone over it on the stream just a couple of times, but yeah, the what is it? We have the Ghost starting this coming week, and then we have the Ghost Busters starting the week after that. All things being considered right now, it looks like I am not going to be fishing for the Ghost. I have too many other characters that I want to complete, and the Ghost doesn't fit into any of the teams that I am trying to theory craft right now. So I am unfortunately not going to be getting him, especially because I want to, I mean, I will be doing the event, obviously, like as far as I can, but I'm not going to be spending all of my extra currency in order to level up all of my space figures past 5 stars or any of that kind of stuff if I don't have to, in order to get him, because he just doesn't fit on any of the teams that I am really trying to showcase at the moment. I will, however, be spending my gems for Venkman in the Ghostbusters and then for the Yeti, because the Yeti on a chill team is definitely something that I'm still trying to look forward to. I think, if anything, a pep manipulation team is going to be the most effective team at countering the Magisto's tower, because so many of those characters on that team are very fast. Basil, Venkman, Wu, and Magisto are all very fast. Magisto and Wu are among the fastest in the entire game. Venkman, oh no, Venkman's not super fast, sorry, but Basil is a pretty fast tank. So I think that what it's really going to come down to when you see the whales all starting to acquire that team, what it's really going to come down to, in my opinion, is whether or not you can prevent the enemy team from getting turns long enough to allow you to take down someone on the team, if that makes sense. Because you will have to beat through their stacks of enchantment and their stacks of hardy, all at the same time in order to make it work. So there's a lot on the table there. But yeah, that's just a little bit of my thought process going forward. Turtles would force me to whale again. Yeah, a lot of people are saying this about that they said, didn't they correct themselves saying it was just water themed, not necessarily underwater, as Fernando pointed out. That was actually something that Waff said on his interview with the Escape podcast with Paul and the llama. The llama, who, I don't know if she's still on the stream, but if she is still on the stream, she can tell you directly, actually. I watched that stream where Waff did say that it was supposed to be water themed, not strictly underwater themed. So yes, Even still, there are a lot of people who think that it is going to be SpongeBob, and strangely enough, it seems like there are very, 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 very few people who are excited if it were to be SpongeBob. It seems like, well, to be honest with you, it seems like no one likes SpongeBob. And I know that that's not true. I know a lot of people like SpongeBob, but I think the basic demographic for this game, at least at the moment, it's just that compared to like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or something like that, people would be a lot more excited about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles than SpongeBob. And then it's possible that there's maybe an underwater theme that we're all forgetting about, but it's unlikely because there are a lot of us all going through seeing whether or not we've just forgotten something by accident. Yeti event is coming at the end of November, Extreme. Yes, 1 month away, and then I will have the Yeti to showcase in a chill team. By then, I will have all of the rest of the chill team as well, including, if I really try for it, explore Aurora all the way up at 7 stars. So there's a lot for me to actually consider there. I'm actually considering using Wu as the 5th character on that team instead of Explorer Aurora. I have seen several people talking about how the damage on the team is a bit low, and it is if you think about all the characters on the team. Plus, you want to make sure that the Yeti has enough time to get his counterattacks up, because the Yeti has the potential to do a lot of damage, especially for a tank. And Explorer Aurora is an excellent character. The problem with Explorer Aurora is a lot of people's opinion of Explorer Aurora is based on using her with the Arctic Glider set. And admittedly, with the Arctic Glider set, she is a powerhouse. And her res refreshes every single time someone dies. But when you put her on any other set, her res becomes just like anyone else who has a res, like the Yuppie. You get 1 res every 4 turns, or whatever the cooldown is of it. And that actually makes her significantly less powerful, because it gives her 1 big single target heal, similar to Cook Bart. And it gives her a res, which is awesome, but that res doesn't help you win, it just helps you not lose, if that makes sense. And then she has a pretty weak attack. So I'm considering leaving her off in favor of Wu as the 5th character on that team, but we'll be playing around with it and see how it works. The Ghost fits free-to-play magical with his castle tag, yes. And the Ghost is actually a free-to-play friendly character at this point, I would consider, despite the fact that he is a master event locked behind a bunch of 5-star figures. Those 5-star figures are all space figures, and we have had a lot of time since it was announced to farm those space figures. So at this point, if you don't have 5-star space figures and at least 1 5-star space set, that's on you at this point. And because it hasn't required whaling. Even without a booster pass or anything else, you'd still have plenty of opportunity and plenty of time to have acquired those people. Now that is unless you just started playing the game. So I'm not trying to like throw shade at anybody here. If you just started playing the game, then all bets are off. But if you've been playing the game basically since they announced that the next upcoming master event was going to require space characters, you should be ready to go. Okay, for tomorrow, I've got all attacker heroes gain 15% attack for the entire battle. Great. All heroes gain dodge chance up. That's kind of nice. And all heroes gain debuff immunity for 2 turns. Not nearly as good going into map number 7, as all foes gain buff immunity, which is obviously what you want against those day 7 ninjas, but close. So let's see here. That takes care of our Brickspedition for the day. So let's go in here and see like how many more Magisto tiles I'm like almost sitting at. So I need another 148 tiles in order to 7-star Magisto, which is Not even close to happening right now. Although, before I get into this, let me see what you guys are talking about. GKM, turtles would force me to whale. Yeah, dude, you and a lot of other people. Not a lot of healing with... it's not 30 degrees where I am, actually. I mean, actually, I don't actually know what the temperature is outside, but I'm inside, and I'm wearing my Goku shirt. It's my Goku shirt. Just jumping for you guys, so that you can see the rest of the shirt. Anyway, yeah. But I digress. What was I looking at? Oh, achievements. Where are we on our achievements? So, complete a Brickspedition event with no characters lost in battle. There have been many people talking to me about how it is possible to do this. I am honestly not even trying, really, to do it. Until I get to the end of a board and I haven't lost anybody in battle yet, I'm not really making a solid attempt to try and complete this particular achievement. I will keep those 5 tiles in my viewport in order to make sure that I haven't forgotten about it. But until I get up to like 145 extra Magisto tiles, doesn't matter anyway. Brick separators. I'll have this in a couple days. Nice. Opening 1,000 bags definitely helps if you are in the booster pass. Right? Every 2 weeks, we get that extra bag. Plus, every day, we get that extra premium bag. Nice. Opening 1,000 bags. Come on. Stop sticking. Winning 1,000 arena battles. We still have 85 of those to go. If I win all 5 every single day, then that would take me how many days? 17 days if I won all 5 every single day. So likely it'll take me about 3 weeks to get this Are You Not Entertained? But that's fine. I'm not rushing towards 7-star Magisto anyway. Completing some of these tier challenges, great. Upgrading a hero ability, that's probably going to be, well, who knows, right? Because every time you get a new character, you get like 20 upgrades when you take him from level 1 to level 5 and everything. So it kind of depends. So the Yeti, Vankman, I'll be upgrading all of them. Willa and Basil, if I want to, I'll be upgrading all of them. So this one might come soon, but there's no Magisto tiles tied to it, strangely enough. 5 sets to max star rank. I actually have enough tiles of different sets to do this. I'm just waiting for the next Moneybags event, because who knows, the next Moneybags event is probably going to be one that they have not announced, that they throw out in the middle of everything like they did last time, and it'll probably be the expensive one. Complete 5 Brickspedition events. This is another one, just 1 board away. Heal a hero using the med kits. That's why you see I use all the little med kits from time to time to heal people up when they only need 1 to 9. Star up a set 50 times. Obviously, that's just going to happen as I go. But scrolling through here really fast, you can see like there just aren't 150 more Magisto tiles to acquire at this point. How many, if I were to do all of these, that'd be 5, 6, 7, 12, 15, 17, 21, 25, 28, 32, 37, 39. Yeah, so even if I were to complete all the achievements, it would only get me another 39 Magisto tiles. In other words, we're not in a rush to complete any more achievements. Now, additionally, let's check out all of the heroes that I have that are ready to be leveled up, especially the ones ready to level up to 7 stars, because I want to go through really fast and see what the likelihood is of me actually continuing to farm the Master Store. There is a Mr. Moneybags event on now. Yes, Extreme, there is one on now, which means that we won't get another one for at least another week and a half. But if you remember, they had them scheduled and then threw one in the middle that was unscheduled before. So they won't start a Moneybags event while they have one running. But after this one ends, it's likely that they'll start another one at some point. Now that we know that they can do it without announcing that they're going to do it, we have to prepare ourselves for when they do that, if that makes sense. All right. So, okay, Commander Cold, Zane, we're farming them. We've seen that. Lloyd's going to take a while, but we're farming him too. Now, who has a bunch of extra tiles and is ready to level up? Valiant is ready to go up to 6. Magisto is ready to go up to 6. Jester's almost ready to go up to 6. So here we go. Headley. Headley needs 51 more tiles before I have enough to 7-star him. Verda needs only 5 more tiles before she's ready to get to 7 stars. Miner Clay is not close. Explorer Aurora needs another, 128 tiles in order to get to 7, so she's not really that close. Spaceman Reed is only at 4 stars, but if you look at the total number of tiles I have for him, you'll notice that I need 51 Spaceman Reed tiles before I have enough tiles to get him to 7 stars. Fitness Instructor is 50 plus 50 away, so I need another 100 tiles of Fitness Instructor. Dwayne's not close, neither is Ray. Locust. Locust is not close either. Locust needs another 200 tiles, basically. Okay. But I do have a few in there. Basil the Batlord ready to go up to 5. Kai ready to go up to 4. Yes, yes. Garmadon I could take up to 3 like everybody else who has Garmadon. Alrighty. So I got a few more in here that are on the precipice, waiting with bated breath for me to take them up to 7 stars, or at least up to 6 stars. But we'll see the next time a Mr. Moneybags event arrives whether or not I can make that happen. Guys, see you out there in the guild, wall, and quests. Scar, later, dude. Thank you for joining the stream today. That's all I have for you. It is Thursday. I have to go and force myself to get to the gym and do some work, some real work. Work that I get paid for. It's less exciting and fun than playing video games, I will assure you. But it is the necessary evil that we must take so that I can afford my rent and wedding and everything else that is coming up despite all of the quarantine and COVID stuff that's going on right now. Guys, if you are in America, specifically in the United States, because I know America, there's a lot of America. If you're in the United States and you have not already done so, go vote. November 3rd, right? It's November 3rd, right? It's next Tuesday. Everybody should go vote if you live in the United States. It is your civic duty, your responsibility, and if you want the right to complain about politics, it helps if you voted so that you can at least say you tried. But go in person if you possibly can. If you've got one of those absentee ballots, please fill it out and drop it off in person. There's lots of shenanigans going on all over the place. Show up, do your duty, help be a part of progress, guys. Before I go, Extreme asks, is the fitness instructor usable? Yeah, sort of. You will grow out of fitness instructor very, very quickly. But she can serve you well for a while if you want to use her, but you will not be, she will never impress you, is probably the best way to say it. She is usable, but she'll never impress you. That's a good one. Alrighty, guys. I'm out. I will see you Saturday at 9 a.m. Ooh, that's Halloween. I will see you guys on Halloween. If you want to wear costumes, I highly encourage it. I can't actually see any of you, so I won't know if you're wearing costumes, but you'll know if you're wearing costumes, so there.